It works. Good morning, Facebook. Hello, how are you guys? My name is Nita Vault. I'm the founder of Reconnecting Our Communities and also the founder of The Healing Zone, where I broke my silence of emotional pain, depression, and how I found my passion through my pain. I'm also a community health worker and I'm also a life coach. So I wanted to talk to you guys today. And what I'm going to talk to you guys today about is, are you ready? Are you really ready? Talking to you guys about are you ready is because as a coach, coaches do cost a lot of money. And I wanted to talk to you guys today to see if you're really ready before you start giving your money up. Social media is very, very heavy. Social media is not just heavy, with, just people sharing their stories, but it's people sharing their businesses. And what I found is that a lot of people come to me afterwards and they ask me these questions that they would normally ask me as a community health worker. And what they do is they say, well, Nita, I would love to afford you, but I have actually given all of my money away. What I notice is a lot of times we're making moves based off of our anxiety instead of making these moves with a mindset that is more clear. Sometimes when we have these difficulties and troubles and trials, we start making decisions that in the long run are not beneficial for us. And so it's very important to me that I really get people to understand before you start giving your money away, before you even do things like, make your plans. I want you guys to be ready. Are you mentally ready? What I found as a community health worker is that, you got to become more conscious and you have to start making your plans. So let me tell you guys what a community health worker is so you guys can know more about what that is. I see some people coming in, so when you come in, just say hello, how are you? Okay, so the role of a community health worker is tailored to meet the needs of the community. What that basically means is the community from that you live in or the community that you serve. I have served many communities within the District of Columbia. We have 8 wards here in the District of Columbia. I have served about 6 of those communities within the district, and I have done tons and tons of work helping those who are in need. I've even helped with many projects for health disparities within the District of Columbia in a Pacific community and ward that had the highest rate of breast cancer. And these women were educated women in a community where it was a lot of education, but also they were at 3rd and 4th stage breast cancer. As a community health worker, I also help build a capacity to address healthcare issues. One thing that I share with you guys very openly is that I suffered from depression and suicidal attempts. And not only that, I also share with you my emotional pain. I share with you, how being a single mother really took its toll on me, but also overcoming personal traumas in my life that I just really didn't I just kept living, but I was burying it, but I wasn't healing, if that makes sense. And it caused me a lot of trauma in my life. It caused me to become overweight. It caused me to not love myself. It caused me to go into anxiety and panic. It caused me a stroke at 33 years old because of my worries. Also, a role of community health worker is to facilitate healthcare and social service system navigation, also to educate individuals on when to go to your emergency room or primary doctor. Also, in 4 words, we advocate, we outreach, we educate, and we motivate. That is what I do as a community health worker. So when people are coming to me, they don't just come to me for personal, professional goals or life goals. People are coming to me for healthcare needs because I'm a community health worker. I specifically work with healthcare needs. But the one thing that we do as community health workers is we help you to actually set personal goals, personal realistic goals. Okay, The thing is with setting the personal realistic goals is to help you to take more control of your healthcare needs. It is also to help assist you to educate yourself more and to know your rights. There are just small things that I've noticed in doing this for many, many years. I've been in healthcare for 14 years. I've done direct outreach in communities for 5 years. And what I have found is many people do not know their rights. They don't even know if you go to a clinic that you have a physician who is on call 24 hours a day that can also notate if you're having any issues with your blood pressure, your diabetes, if you're having any difficulties, if you're dealing with any emotional pain. These doctors will be able to help facilitate whether you go to the emergency room or if you go to primary care. Now look, use your mind. So if there is an extreme emergency, I am not saying wait, you go directly and you call 911, okay? But I also want to let you guys know how it is that I incorporated my community health worker work with my life coaching. So what I also found is that I work directly in services within communities who are very broken. These individuals are not just suffering from violence in their neighborhoods, but they are also suffering pain and trauma on the inside, which is a lot of emotional pain. And it really takes a toll on a lot of people because they're not able to really reach their goals. It's easy for us to judge people, and we see people and we're like, oh, look at so-and-so, I'll never be that, I'll never do this, I'll never do that. But we don't really know what people have gone through, and a lot of people have been suffering for a very, very long time, even in their childhood. I believe that everybody has something on the inside that they want to do. I know that people have something good on the inside, but it's the education portion that we are missing. The one thing that I did not like in traditional care for behavior health is the fact that after you spill your guts out, after you sit every day or once a week or twice a week going to a therapist, when you go back home to your trauma, it doesn't put you in a place where you're happy. So I remember being in that place and I was like, you know, this cannot be me. I was educated, but I was broken. I still lived in an environment that was not healthy for me, and so being around it just kind of just made everything that I believed in go down the drain. This is what I know that a lot of other people were suffering from, so I pushed through my pain points. I had to really do some digging on the inside of me, and this is how I started to journal. Now, I've always journaled, but I had stopped for some years, and my voice was very silent in depression. So what I started to do was I started to write every day in the journal my feelings. When I did that, it became clear what was going on the inside, because I was holding everything in, that everything was just kind of here. So what I did was I did not even realize that I was actually writing out a plan for myself. I was writing out what I was feeling for the day. I was writing out my accomplishments for the day. If I did something that I was excited about, even going outside of my door, because that became difficult for me. I literally had to retrain my mind. I had to retrain myself into getting back into that place that I felt like I was alive again. And if anybody has gone through that, then you definitely know what I mean by that. I literally had to retrain myself from just going inside of a grocery store and coming out of the grocery store, standing in long lines and being patient, not becoming very aggravated, and not being afraid to stand there thinking that something was going to happen to me. So I found that after I went to my therapist, you know, that was great. I encourage you to find therapists, but I also encourage you as a community health worker to find one that fits your needs. A lot of times what we're not doing is we're letting the doctors navigate our appointments. They're navigating where we're going, and we don't become involved in our own healthcare needs. And so that becomes an issue for you, because what happens is you say, well, this doctor isn't any good. This doctor isn't good, and I don't want to go to this doctor. So I want you to learn how to do that for yourself. We all have different needs when we're all in anxiety or depression, or whether it's a divorce, or whether it's something that we are going through. What is happening is is we don't take the time out. So for example, you can actually put in your health insurance. Social media is very, very heavy. There is no excuse that you can't go to Google. You can definitely type in therapist that takes my Blue Cross Blue Shield. And these therapists can be private therapists. And what I found is that when you start to get more involved into your healthcare, when you do it that way, is you find individuals who are tailored for your needs. So for me, I found a therapist that was not only a therapist for depression for African Americans, but she was also a woman that I did want, and she also dealt with spirituality. Now, we can always get into an argument about if Jesus was real, God in the Bible, this and that. But the truth of the matter is our culture is a culture that prays. I come from a background that prays, that believe in God. I come from a background that if I speak the name Jesus, okay, I am feeling something on the inside. So I needed to be able to have someone that I could talk to when I'm discussing my word, when I'm discussing what I am going through, when I'm looking within my Bible and I'm like, hey, well, Job kind of went through this thing that I'm going through. And so I lost it all, including my mind, but I'm not giving up on my God. Hold on one second. So that is just one thing that that's just something else that I also do to help you to start taking care of your healthcare needs. I also advocate for you basically by calling your doctor's offices or letting them know, hey, I'm Nita, I'm the community health worker. I am working directly with such and such. We're trying to get them in. This patient is having difficulties with X, Y, and Z. And so a lot of times you just need somebody else to help you to get into your appointments. You need somebody else to help you to understand. And I also encourage you to bring a pen and paper to your appointments. Why? Because we are not going to remember everything that doctor is saying. Okay? But let me talk to you how becoming a life coach also really, really helped. Because I ended up going to a life coach and I found that I had great benefits in that because it helps you to serve your now. So a life coach is, let me go ahead. A life coach is a person who encourages clients on matters having to do with careers or personal challenges. Coaching is a form of development in which a person called a coach supports a client in achieving a specific personal or professional goal by providing training and guidance. So this is what I do as a life coach. And it is similar to community health worker work, except for that is tailored surrounding around your healthcare needs, and the life coach piece is surrounded around your goals, your professional goals, your career goals, your life goals, what it is that you want to achieve for yourself. So in 4, that is personal development, clarity, accountability, and a no judgment zone. I'm very big on zones. If you notice, everything I talk about is about creating a zone because it's very important that you start to create what you want for yourself. It is important for you to start creating spaces for yourself that are safe for you, that are going to not harm you, but are going to get you to where you want to be. So, for example, I have a journal that is called the Healing Zone. That Healing Zone is specifically tailored for women. And these specific women, I help you to be able to create a space for yourself that calms you, that is no judgment, okay? We all have personal needs. We all have things that we go through. We all have something that we are going through. And a lot of times we are masking it. We are not helping ourselves by keeping that to ourselves. But the truth of the matter is a lot of times you don't feel like you can really go to anybody, right? And so it is important that we start to write our plans before we start just doing things. Sometimes when we don't see things going the way that we want, we just kind of need a boost. And so what a life coach is really what that is. It is a coach. A coach is one that helps you to reach your goals. It's like having a football coach. Your football coach is to give you guidance. It's to help give you clarity. It's to help you guys with accountability. Is to help you to gain what it is that you want. You want to win. That is the whole point. You have a coach who's helping you to win these games, that's giving you strategies, and you're working together as a team so that you can win. And when those times come that you feel like, hey, we could have did better, we could have did this and that, you don't quit. You keep going. So then you think of other strategies and things to do. So this is what a life coach does, and this is what I do. So I'm getting ready to form a group called The Zone. This is going to be for men and for women. This is going to be for 3 weeks. And this is going to start on next month. And I'm going to have the date by the end of today. But this is going to help you to create first before you start going into, before you start spending your money, basically. Like I said, social media is really heavy. We are really seeing a lot of people who are heavy on social media with their businesses. Everybody wants to go into a business, but everybody isn't going to be the entrepreneur. You may have a skill of administration. You may have a skill of not only administration, but you may have a skill of, you can become a virtual assistant. Whatever your skills are, I want you to start getting towards your goals in life. For myself as a mother, it was very important for me to create a life for myself that was going to make me happy, and also that was going to give me more time with my children and was going to help me to succeed. I've worked with many different projects. I've worked with many different companies within the District of Columbia, serving people, serving communities, and doing really great work. However, I cannot express enough how much it is important. Hold on 1 second. How important it is that we start to really start educating ourselves. I'm just going to break it down for you real quick. And I don't watch the news very often, but I do stay connected to things that have anything to do with healthcare. And what I'm going to tell you guys is this. It is time that you start getting towards the mark of being able to know tools and strategies that can help you with yourself. If your mental is not right, then your physical is off, okay? If your physical is off, then you're not going to be able to achieve your goals that you want because you're too sick, because you're too tired, because you're crying, because you're not reaching your mark. And so I wanted to start the group called The Zone because I want you to start getting ready. I want to get you ready, okay? I want to help you create a plan for yourself and an outline for yourself that is going to be tailored around your specific needs. What this group is going to do is, once you sign up for the group, you are going to get an email, and the email is going to consist of a 5-page PDF that you are going to fill out. Within that 5-page PDF that you're going to fill out, it also has specific questions. What are your goals? And I had 3 goals that you most want to make in your life. With that, also, what do you most want to achieve, and are you ready to achieve it? The next one is, what major changes have you experienced in the past 2 years? Was it change of job, a new change in residency, divorce, health changes, etc.? What happens is we, there are things that are happening in our lives, and it's causing us to, we're like, dang, I went through something and it really took a toll on my life, whether it's health or divorce, or a career. You could have lost your job, and you know that you have something that's really great, but you're wondering, how can I turn my passion, my pain into my passion? How can I really go forth with what it is that I want to do? Hold on 1 second. Why? Don't do that. Whatever he had on, you put it back. Please do, excuse me, because these kids are still out of school until tomorrow. Hold on 1 second. Get him. Okay, Calvin, come over here. Come over here. Go over there. Okay, so I do apologize. The next page is, I asked a question about your life on a scale from 1 to 10. How fulfilled are you with the choices you've made in the last 6 months? And so sometimes, we make plans, we're not really happy about it. We set goals for ourselves and we don't really achieve it. The truth of the matter is, life hits us. Sometimes things happen. This is why I'm starting a group, so that you guys can have accountability partners. This is a no judgment zone. Everybody has a specific need. Everybody has something that it is that they want, okay? Everybody is trying to achieve. What are you tolerating in life at present, okay? Sometimes we could be tolerating people that are toxic to us. Sometimes we can be tolerating places that are not good for us, and that is toxic for us. And so it's causing us to really not achieve our goals. I asked you questions, 5 objectives for yourself. And also your vision and possibilities. What is your personal and or professional vision? What intentions do you have for your life presently? If you could achieve at least one goal for a coaching session, what would it be? So this is going to be a group coaching session, and we're also going to have weekly sessions, which is going to be for 3 weeks, okay? After we go into a call, you will also receive a weekly prep form. You will also have access to me via email, and you will be able to communicate and ask any questions that you may have while we're in the group. The reason why it's important for me is because I am not a coach or a community health worker that is just going to take your money and not see you achieve your goals. You have to get ready for it. You have to get ready to put in the work. To work with me one-on-one, this is something that's very important for me. So I felt that if I started a group, before you come and spend your money and work with me, then you will be able to achieve your goals. So we're going to start this early. We're not going to start this for 2018. We are going to start now to getting to where it is we want to be, creating an outline and achieving the goals. And you have to start small, okay? Now I know sometimes most of you are like, well, that's okay, I have everything in place, da 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 da. You may have a friend, you may have a coworker, you may have somebody that is in need of this. This is not going to last long with the $25, so I just want you to know that right now in 2017, while the offer is there, then you know that you're a person who really needs this. You're going through some difficult times. You're really looking to work with people and have a support system that is there for you. Then this is the group for you. You are also going to have access to a personal group that you are going to be in, that is going to be a closed off group, and it's just going to be for those who have signed up, okay? So hold on one second. So again, if you would like to sign up for the zone for group sessions that are getting ready to come up in December, please do sign up today. It's going to be for 3 weeks, okay? And I know that we are getting ready to go into the holidays, but this is the time that people feel the most of the depression. This is the time that people are feeling anxiety. This is the time that people are really, really wary. So it's important for me to do this for you guys before you start spending your money in places and on projects and things that you're not really going to see the benefits because you're not ready. So thank you guys for tuning in. Share this broadcast out. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. Oh, and guess what? I had no idea. So everybody was commenting, and I had no idea. Straight fire. So, man, they need safe spaces, and I get yelled at. What are you talking about? Ned, please invite me to the zone or I will be mad. Definitely, Peter. I will invite you to the zone. Yes, me too. I want to send them back, Peter. Wanda, thank you for joining me. Who else came in? Looks like it's the Corey. Hey, Brenda. Okay, so I am sorry. I am using a new tool today, you guys. So I did not even think to swipe across the screen. But again, I thank you guys. I am inviting you to the zone. Look, it is only $25. We are doing this as a group. If you have any friends, if you have any coworkers, or even yourself that want to be able to work with me to start creating the outline for yourself, let's come together. It is time that we start creating our own personal spaces where there is no judgment, where we're able to talk about things that are, you know, that are very personal, but we all have something that we want to achieve. It is very, very important that we start taking care of our mental so that we can take care of our physical health as well. The reason why I know this to be very, very true is because when I look back at my story, I realized that my story really wasn't about me. It prepared me for the individuals and the people that God was going to assign to me. It prepared me for my today. It prepared me for where God was going to have me today. And so even though I had to go through my life being fatherless, I had to go through a lot of depression. I had to go through a lot of trials, a lot of ups and downs, becoming a single mom, a lot of, you know, tears, relationships gone bad, friendships that are lost, a stroke at 33 years old, even down to my health. Guess what? I'm still standing here today to let you know that all things are possible when you become ready, when you start to tell yourself what you can do and what you will do. So thank you guys. Please share this video out. Please excuse the little babies in the background because I am ready to send them back to school. I'm telling you guys, school needs to be in sessions on Sundays. So you guys have a blessed day. Again, thank you guys for coming in. Again, if you will want to sign up, I will definitely go ahead and send you out the information. But I thank you for the opportunity to help, just to be able to give this offer to you guys so that we can start creating an outline. Let your 2018 be the year of your life, but I want you to be ready for it. It is going to be amazing.